Hi, welcome to Yoga with Lynn and Leo. As we're working on a therapeutic practice, those of you who have yoga equipment, then please have it handy. If you're unsure, have a look at the individual poses on our pose directory. Our first pose that we're going to come into is Adho Mukha Virasana. I'm going to be calling out the names of the poses and giving a little instruction, but there will be some silences in the video. For Adho Mukha Virasana, extend forward, keeping the buttocks to your heels. If your buttocks do lift, then please do have some equipment ready, foam pad or a cushion, blanket between the buttock and the heel itself. It's really important that the body gets that grounded action. When you extend forward, rest the forehead onto either a yoga brick or a bolster. You could also use a cushion, extending those arms forward. At this stage, when we're supported, we can start to observe the breath. So extend again through the legs towards the buttocks and keep the breath smooth and even. Be aware of the abdomen extending towards the spine side and keeping the breath soft and smooth. Quieten the facial features. Observe the breath and keep the buttocks grounded towards either the heel or support. Coming up out of Adho Mukha Virasana. Sitting on your mat in Dandasana with your legs out in front. If you're using equipment for the next action, then do have your bolster, a couple of foam pads and a belt. Leo is preparing some of these props in the video for Supta Konasana. If you're coming into the classic action, then lie onto your back. Just let the abdomen become very soft. Let the knees face up to the ceiling and feet towards the floor. If you're coming into the supportive version, then take the belt around the back of the sacral area to the foot bones. If you're coming into the classic pose, hold on to your foot bones as you bring your legs down towards the floor. If you're unsure of these actions, then again, please do have a look at our post directory or have a look at the video, the two different options, either the classic version, holding on to the ankles, feet together, or the supine action where your spine is supported along the bolster. It's very important also that you let the thighs soften and release. If the groins are holding your thighs really tightly, then place a couple of foam blocks or a little bit of padding underneath the thigh. This way you'll be able to release in the action, release in the pose. Keep the breath smooth and even. Just let the abdomen completely soften. Facial features quiet. And be aware of your breath. So as you're in your supine, Supta Konasana, be aware of the softness through the front body and observe your breath. Be aware of the broadness of your breath in this action. Okay, so now bringing those thighs towards one another. So we're coming out of the action. And now roll to your right side and come up into a seated position. Our next pose will be Adho Mukha Sukhasana. So for those of you coming into this action, if you want to use support, then do have a look at Leo demonstrating with the chair sitting on a blanket. It's really important when you're working in a restorative way that the forehead is supported, so you can see without any support underneath the buttock, you still can have a yoga brick to take your forehead to. Start to come forward. Notice that Leo is extending up onto the chair so the spine gets a really nice release and extension. So find whichever version is most suitable for your body and then be in the pose and stay in it, observing the breath. These poses will help to calm the nerves and settle the breath. It will also be really good to help with the hip actions in other poses as you're staying in them for quite some time. So just concentrate on your breath, concentrate on releasing the facial features and keeping the whole action really passive and quiet. So coming up out of your forward bending action to cross the legs the other way. And again coming forward. So whether you're using the chair or whether you are extending without support but just supporting your head, just be in that action, be in that pose. Become aware of your inhalation and exhalation. Work at releasing into your forward bending action. And again, being very peaceful and quiet in the action. Okay, so now coming out of your forward bending action, straightening your legs. We come for Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So come into a supine action, lying on your back, knees bent. Now be on to the balls of the feet to lift the pelvis up for your Setu Bandha. You can see in the video that Leo is practicing cross bolsters for this action. This means to say that you need to have 2 foam blocks horizontally and the vertical bolster. And when you come back into the action, let the shoulders reach to the floor. For the classic action with the brick, then you have to lift the pelvis high and then see, are you able to keep that height and extension throughout the whole of the body to straighten the legs. So you can try one leg at a time and see if your body is able to manage that action. In this pose, you gradually grow into it, so don't force the action. If you need a softer approach, then do use the bolster and the foam pads. And when you're in this action, you can see the chest is open, diaphragm is open, and the lower abdomen is becoming extended. If you're in the classic version with the brick, then interlock the fingers and see that you reach those hands and fingers towards the heels. In both actions, be aware of your breath. This is a very good pose to observe the breath. Just let the chest be broad and open and be aware of the breath extending through the whole of the chest cavity. Keep the breath broad, be aware of the intercostal muscles, and extend the breath from the center of the spine towards the outer edges. No forcing, just let this become an organic action. And again, keep everything very passive, very quiet, facial features soft. Okay, so we're coming out of the action now. So bending your knees. If you're practicing with the brick, lift up and let the back completely release. If you're working with the bolsters, then you can roll to your right side. Making your preparations for Savasana. So if you're practicing with support, then you can use the bolster underneath the back of the thighs. If you'd like to use a blanket for your head, then place a blanket at the end of the mat. If you're coming into the classic action, then just be on your mat, being aware that the tailbone extends towards your heels. Just let the body have a few moments to surrender into this action. Let the facial features become quiet. eyes soft. Release around the temples. Release around the back teeth. Let the shoulders weight down towards the floor side. Keep the connection with the arms, so the upper arm is rolling from the inside out. And encourage the turning of the wrists so that the palms face upright. Let the fingers, the thumb and the fingers just coil naturally towards one another. Be aware of the softness in the abdomen. And let the legs release. Reach from the inner thighs to the outer leg. Just let the legs fall away from one another. And again, in your Savasana, it's a wonderful way to release any tensions, relax the body, but also to concentrate on your breath. A soft inhalation and a soft exhalation. And now, coming into your physical being, being aware of your body to roll to your right side. And from there, coming up into a seated position. Still keep the eyes soft. Take a nice deep inhalation with your legs crossed, sitting up straight. Namaste.